So my second video of the night, which will be posted later on Saturday. We're going to be looking at the La Liga and the Bundesliga. So we're looking over 3 games of the La Liga. Game number 1, Barcelona against Real Betis. Now, very pivotal point in Barcelona. I know it's only a second game in, but it's a must win. Now, last season this game finished Barcelona 3, Real Betis 4, if you remember. This was my pick for the game of the season. Now, throughout the past 5 meetings, Barcelona have won 3, there's been 1 draw, Real Betis have won 1. Played each other 46 times, Barcelona winning 28, Betis 9, and there's been 9 draws. Not very good omen for Real Betis. But they did win there last year. They have recruited well. Yes, they got beaten the first game of the season, but they did have a man sent off. Both teams are looking for a win. Now, Barcelona, when there's no Messi, there's no party. It's as simple as that. Messi gets Barcelona ticking. We all know what he can do. He's the best player in the world, the absolute GOAT. But without him in the side, the team lacks that confidence. They feel like they kind of just get going. So it's going to be interesting because Messi's obviously injured. Now, there's a lot of pressure on Griezmann. I raised an eyebrow when they signed Griezmann, because I just don't think he's Barcelona's type of player. Now, I say that because it reminds us of the Fernando Torres when he went from Liverpool to Chelsea. Now, we all know it didn't work out for whatever reason, because he'd been playing against Chelsea for a number of years, so maybe he'd had bad relationships during that time or what have you. I kind of feel the same with Griezmann. We all know the Messi players wanted Neymar instead, preferred Neymar over Griezmann. Now, how will that make Griezmann feel? So with the added pressure, with knowing that, it's tough to take. Now, if he doesn't start scoring, the fans are going to start getting on his back. The media will start getting on his back. So there's a lot of pressure on Griezmann. Mallorca against Real Sociedad. Reason why I picked this game is because watching Mallorca in their first game in that home stadium with a crowd absolutely buzzing and the atmosphere it created was exceptional. Now, they won the first game. Real Sociedad drew their first game. Last meeting between the two sides finished 1-0 to Mallorca. Mallorca have won 3, there's been no draws. Real Sociedad have won 2 out of the last 5. They've played each other 28 times. Mallorca winning 12, Sociedad 13, there's been 3 draws. So it's very close between the two. There's not much in it at all. I do expect it to be a low scoring game. Now, Mallorca have got the home advantage. Now, the thing I noticed when looking over the previous fixtures is every time a team's won, they've been at home. The away side have never won this game. So, it looks like home team has the advantage. So that atmosphere in the Mallorca stadium, I think they will come out on top. I can see them winning 1-0 this time round. But what's interesting with Sociedad is they've recruited a lot of players. And I mean a lot of players. Some on loan, some they bought. But they're all very young. So it'll be interesting to see how they develop and adapt this season throughout the La Liga campaign. Final La Liga game is Celta Vigo against Valencia. Now, I picked this game out because Celta Vigo, mainly. We all know what Valencia can do, but they're very hit and missy. Now, they drew with Real Sociedad, first game of the season, but they are very hit and missy. They're kind of reminders of Arsenal. They're either going to be great or terrible. Now, Celta Vigo had a bad season last year, but they have brought back a lot of players that used to play for them. So the last season, this fixture finished 2-1 to Valencia, so they won away from home. Last 5 meetings, Celta Vigo have won none, been 2 draws, Valencia have won 3. They've played each other 42 times, Valencia winning 18, Celta Vigo winning 9. There's been 15 draws. Again, not a good omen for Celta Vigo. Especially the last 5 fixtures, they haven't won or haven't beaten Valencia. Now, it's a big win, a big game for Celta Vigo, sorry. They need to get a win just to boost their confidence. So my final league I'm going to discuss is the Bundesliga. 3 games. Game 1, Augsburg against Union Berlin. Why have I picked this game? Because I think it's a 6-pointer. Relegation scrap so early in the season. I watched Augsburg against Borussia Dortmund and they were terrible. Their backline was shocking. They never kept shape. They were just getting run ragged by Borussia Dortmund. And we all know the outcome. It finished 5-1 Dortmund. Union Berlin got beat 4-0 in the first game against RB Leipzig. Yes, we all expected it. So, there's not much to take from that game. This fixture, last time they played, was 2-1 to Augsburg. But, looking over the games, they've only played each other 4 times. Augsburg winning 1. Union Berlin haven't beat Augsburg ever. There's been 3 draws. Now, it's a must-win for both teams. Augsburg have made some signings since that first game. They've brought in a centre-half and a right-back, which I think is much needed. So it'll be interesting to see whether they come into the side and how they do with them in the side. And, yeah, so they both had poor first games in all honesty. But it's a big win, big game for them both, and a must-win for them both. So Schalke against Bayern Munich. Fixtures finished 2-0 last season. Past 5 meetings, easiest way to say it is Bayern Munich have won all 5. Played each other 105 times. Schalke have won 19. Bayern have won 58. There's been 28 draws. Again, not a good omen for Schalke. So, will be interesting. But it's a must-win for Bayern. Now, the reason why it's a must-win, I know it's very early in the season, is because they failed to win the first game against Hertha Berlin. And if they don't win this game, I can only say that putting confidence in the Borussia Dortmund. So, and I can only say putting more confidence in the teams they compete against. Because we all know, past couple of seasons, teams coming up against Bayern, they expect to get beat, so when they get beat, they're just like, oh hey, it's Bayern. But now the tables are turning. Teams are going to Bayern and thinking, we can beat Bayern, we can get something from Bayern. Bayern aren't as good as they used to be. So it'll be interesting to see how Bayern turn that back around and start becoming dominant again in the Bundesliga. Another key point is Coutinho. Will he play? Will he start? Will he come on? Time will tell. But it'll be interesting to see where he plays if he does come on. It's actually from the French League and it's PSG against Toulouse. Reason why I've picked this one, we all know PSG played 2, won 1, lost 1. This fixture finished 1-0 to PSG last season. Played each other 5 times recently. PSG have won 4, been 1 draw, Toulouse have won none. Played each other 42 times historically. PSG have won 26, Toulouse have won 9, it's been 7 draws. Reason why I picked this game is not because of Toulouse. We all know what we expect from Toulouse. They're going to be battling, they're going to be in and amongst that mid-table. But for PSG more than anything, because it just, every summer they just can't seem to get it right. Now Neymar wants out, it's looking like he's going to stay, he's going to go, he's going to stay. The fans aren't happy with him, the players want him to stay. I know he's injured at the minute, but it's just causing havoc in the PSG boardroom and the dressing room. Now, PSG need to get it right. They need to get it right now. And if they don't, I can just see them spending more and more money on absolute dross that aren't going to want to play for them, that aren't going to try when they're there, that aren't going to train when they're there. It's a big game for PSG. They need to get 3 points on the board. They need to say this is our league, because Lyon have won 2 out of 2 and have looked exceptional. So they're creeping up on their tails. And if PSG don't get it right, there's going to start causing a little tension within the camp. I can see it happening. Thomas Tuchel, he's acting like he's playing a game. He's acting like he's playing Football Manager. It's not Football Manager, it's real life. Now, you must get it right, otherwise you're going to be out of a job. So there's a lot of pressure on Tuchel. And yeah, so that's why I pinpointed that game as a must watch this weekend. So there's my Bundesliga, La Liga and Ligue1 roundup. Hope you've all enjoyed the video. Don't forget